Hey yo, welcome back. This is Tai Tai. It's like they always say, a doer of all is a master of none. What are we talking about, bro? We talking about mastering. Let's get into it. All right, so all jokes aside, today we hopping in, mastering, beginning to end, start to finish. I'm going to show you exactly how I do it, and I'm going to take you to the next level in your mastering. Let's go. All right, so I got everything loaded up here. This is a typical mastering setup for me. I got all my plugins turned off. I got my beat on here. I got my BPM set, my key. So let's go ahead and hop into it. All right, so first step here would be gold clip. All right, get it up here to where it's about ready to drop in. Let's go ahead and just bring it up.
3 in the morning, I'm rocking my jerry, can't be too upset. Walk out the party, she's trying to party, smoke like Marley, yeah. Drop top Rari, double Lorry, so you know I'm blessed. Pop on the north side, I'm just flossing a check. Swallow like money, that Coco Chanel, I bought a little bag for the bean.
All right, so my goal with this is to basically just clip some peaks. You can see here.
3 in the morning, I'm rocking my jerry, can't be too upset.
Mainly just really clipping the hi-hat, and I'm not getting down into the real meat and potatoes of the track. You know, I'm not touching the vocals, nothing like that. And then we'll go ahead and kind of just clean it up with these two knobs, starting with the gold knob.
3 in the morning, I'm rocking my jerry, can't be too upset. Walk out the party, she's trying to party, smoke like Marley, yeah. Drop top Rari, double Lorry, so you know I'm blessed. Pop on the north side, I'm just flossing a check. Swallow like money, that Coco Chanel, I bought a little bag for the bean. Whipping that demon like I worship the devil, like I worship the devil. Can't put finger on a bitch, she been fucking around.
All right, so that's good. So the gold knob is kind of like saturation, and then the alchemy knob is kind of smooths the sound of the clipping. And typically I leave it at modern. Classic is really cool, but it's a different sound. It's a little thicker, and I don't necessarily want to add a whole lot of color through that step. And then, you know, you got the classic clipper. You can get up here and get different tones and stuff, but for now, we'll just leave it at flat. All right, and up next is Pro Q3, just kind of doing some subtractive EQ, really kind of cleaning some things up where it needs to, kind of bringing that polished sound to it.
3 in the morning, I'm rocking my jerry, can't be too upset. Walk out the party, she's trying to party, smoke like Marley, yeah. Drop top Rari, double Lorry, so you know I'm blessed. Pop on the north side, I'm just flossing a check. Swallow like money, that Coco Chanel, I bought a little bag for the bean. Whipping that demon like I worship the devil, like I worship the devil. Can't put finger on a bitch, she been fucking around.
See, on this beat, personally, I think the hi-hat is just, it's just smacking a little too hard. It's kind of distracting. So kind of what I want to do here is that way I'm not really affecting anything else too much. I'll just make it a little more dynamic, give it a little notch. Let's see if we can edge this in.
3 in the morning, I'm rocking my jerry, can't be too upset. Walk out the party, she's trying to party, smoke like Marley, yeah. Drop top Rari, double Lorry, so you know I'm blessed. Pop on the north side, I'm just flossing a check. Swallow like money, I bought a little bag for the bean. Whipping that demon like I worship the devil, like I worship the devil. Can't put finger on a bitch, she been fucking around, she been fucking around. You want on a boat, better come with some steeds. She shaking her ass like a bruise on her knees. She looking for me, but she here for the team. She thinks she's so special. You ain't even trying to be special. Me and my brothers are roaming some wolves. Strippers and dollars like Julio Smooth. Baby gon' turn up and show me some moves. I'm just warming up and finding my groove. Pour up some drink, I'ma pop me in that. Ain't got time, but I got me a patty. I'm stacking this guava, I'll make my own rules. We zooted and booted that shot of your cutie. I banged it and booted. I need me a double cup, brother, go run it up. That's how to sum it up. You trying to bang with us, you can't even hang with us. Listen, my fingers, we counting this paper. I bought a whole block up. Don't even worry about the neighbors no more. I'm drunk in a Tesla, it's driving itself. Shawty in the passenger, she fucking herself.
So I'm liking how that's sounding right now. Just kind of a quick little buzz through of that. A lot of times in my subtractive EQ, I'll kind of go more of the dynamic range. I could probably tighten up this Q just a little bit here.
3 in the morning, I'm rocking my jerry, can't be too upset. Walk out the party, she's trying to party, smoke like Marley, yeah. Drop top Rari, double Lorry.
Now I'm kind of liking where it's sitting. I will just kind of bypass back and forth.
3 in the morning, I'm rocking my jerry, can't be too upset. Walk out the party, she's trying to party, smoke like Marley, yeah. Drop top Rari, double Lorry, so you know I'm blessed. Bopping the north side, I'm just flossing the check.
So I'm liking that there. It's just kind of cleaning everything up. Probably maybe did a little too much on this part. Let me see.
3 in the morning, I'm rocking my jerry, can't be too upset. Walk out the party.
Yeah, I'm going to take that one away. I feel like that was just kind of doing more harm than good. And then going into a black box. What I got here is the mid-side edition. And then I have a high pass on the sides. And then kind of turning down the saturation. The mids is the same. Kind of leaving the Pinto and the Triode about the same here. This is kind of my go-to spot, and I'll just kind of work it in from there. But a lot of times, right out the gate, it's working pretty good. Let's see.
3 in the morning, I'm rocking my jerry, can't be too upset. Walk out the party, she's trying to party, smoke like Marley, yeah. Drop top Rari, double Lorry, so you know I'm blessed. Bopping the north side, I'm just flossing the check. Swallow like money, that Coco Chanel. I bought a little bag for the beam. Whipping that demon like I worship the devil. Can't put faith in a bitch, she been fucking around.
I like that saturation on the side. Just kind of makes everything a little fatter. And then going into the curve bender, the Chandler EQ. Really like this. Absolutely love this plugin. But let's go ahead and kind of bring a little sauce to it. I like to start with the mids.
3 in the morning, I'm rocking my jerry, can't be too upset. Walk out the party, she's trying to party, smoke like Marley, yeah. Drop top Rari, double Lorry, so you know I'm blessed. Bopping the north side, I'm just flossing the check. Swallow like money, that Coco Chanel. I bought a little bag for the beam. Whipping that demon like I worship the devil. Can't put faith in a bitch, she been fucking around. You want on a boat, better come with some steeds. She shaking her ass like a bruise on her knees. She looking for me, but she here for the team. She thinks she's so special. You ain't even trying to be special. Me and my brothers are rolling some wolves. Strippers and dollars that Julio smooth. Baby gon' turn up and show me some moves. I'm just warming up and finding my groove. Pour up some drink, I'ma pop me in that. Ain't got time, but I got me a patty. I'm stacking this guava, I'll make my own rules. I got these jewels on my wrist and it's making a drool. We zooted and booted that shot of your cutie. I banged it and booted, I need me a dope.
I think I like that little bit of boost there at the 1.2K. Just kind of brings a little more sauce to it. Kind of just pops the vocals out of the beat just a touch. And then I do sometimes like doing a low pass, just at 30K. It kind of makes it feel different.
3 in the morning, I'm rocking my jerry, can't be too upset. Walk out the party, she's trying to party, smoke like.
I don't know, just to me it kind of feels like it opens it up. Alright, so let's see here. If I feel like things got a little S's and T's, I will put a de-esser on it. This is one from Black Salt. Let's see real quick.
3 in the morning, I'm rocking my jerry, can't be too upset. Walk out the party, she's trying to party, smoke like Marley, yeah. Drop top Rari, double Lorry, so you know I'm blessed. Bopping the north side, I'm just flossing the check. Swallow like money, that Coco Chanel. I bought a little bag for the beam. Whipping that demon like I worship the devil. Can't put faith in a bitch, you been fucking around. You been fucking around. You want on a boat, better come with some steeds. She shaking her ass like a bruise on her knees. She looking for me, but she here.
I think that's good on that. And then, you know, with boosting, sometimes you bring out some harshness and then run just a little bit of soothe on it. I typically do just a little percentage. I might back that off just a touch. Let's see here.
6. 3 in the morning, I'm rocking my jerry, can't be too upset. Walk out the party, she's trying to party, smoke like Marley, yeah. Drop top Rari, double Lorry, so you know I'm blessed. Pop on the north side, I'm just flossing a check. Swallow like money, that Coco Chanel, I bought a little bag for the bean. Whipping that demon like I worship the devil, like I worship the devil. Can't put faith in a bitch, you been fucking around, you been fucking around. You want on up.
Liking how that's sounding. Now, one thing too is I have not been doing compression on every master. If I feel it needs it, I'll do it. This one, we'll play it a little bit. I think it sounds nice and tight. Doesn't need any more compression. So let's go ahead and double check.
3 in the morning, I'm rocking my jerry, can't be too upset. Walk out the party, she's trying to party, smoke like Marley.
Yeah, that sounds pretty tight to me. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to pull this up here, metric AB, and then just use it as metering. So then with that, I will also pull up my Pro L2. Get both these up here. Actually, shrink this one down just a touch. Boom. Put that over there on the side. All right, let's go ahead and bring it up to loudness. Now, one thing I will do with this is I definitely have my integrated pulled up here with my leveling. Kind of keep an eye on it there, keep an eye on it over here on the AB. Now, you can go ahead, I have my output at -0.1, and then one thing here too is I have my look ahead just a little bit. Now, if you go into here and hit the headphones, you can see exactly how it's reacting. And I'll show you another little technique too, just to make sure that I am preserving the bass and I'm not just really slaughtering it. So let's go ahead and bring it up to levels.
Walk out the party, she's trying to party, smoke like Marley, yeah. Drop top Rari, double Lorry, so you know I'm blessed. Pop on the north side, I'm just flossing a check. Swallow like money, that Coco Chanel, I bought a little bag for the bean. Whipping that demon like I worship the devil, like I worship the devil. Can't put faith in a bitch, you been fucking around, you been fucking around. You want on a boat, better come with some steeds. She shaking her ass like a bruise on her knees. She looking for me, but she here for the team. She thinks she's so special. You ain't even trying to be special. Me and my brothers are rolling some wolves, strippers.
So one thing too is you don't want to push your limiter too hard. I am kind of on the verge. I don't really like to go over 4, but I am hitting at -9 integrated LUFS, which I like to try to get it the high 8s, but it also kind of just depends on the song, especially if you're working on a 2-track. I mean, you can clean up someone else's beat, but sometimes there's only so much you can do, and you'd rather preserve the life of it than to just go a little too far and squash it just to have that number. So let's go ahead and this is one thing I like doing. So add a fab filter, Pro Q, and then bring a low pass, and then just where you hear the lows, and then bring your L2 back up, and then that'll hear exactly what you're doing with the bass, and then you can kind of filter through the styles and get the one that works best for it.
You want on a boat, better come with some steeds.
can also see how it affects the different luff levels too. So I'm going to see if I can get one that sounds clean, but also kind of brings the luffs up high as possible. So let's see here. I'm kind of thinking that the all around was bringing my luffs up in the momentary a bit higher than the transparent. So I'm going to kind of stick with this one. And plus it sounds good. So I'll go down here, turn off my Pro Q, and let's go ahead and try to get it exactly where it needs to be.
It's 3 in the morning. Stepped out the party, I got my jewelry on. I can't be too upset. Start 6. 3 in the morning, I'm rocking my jerry, can't be too upset. Walk out the party, she's trying to party, smoke like Marley, yeah. Drop top Rari, double Lorry, so you know I'm blessed. Pop on the north side, I'm just flossing a check. Swallow like money, that Coco Chanel, I bought a little bag for the bean. Whipping that demon like I worship the devil, like I worship the devil. Can't put finger on a bitch, you been fucking around, you been fucking around. You want on a boat, better come with some steeds. She shaking her ass like a bruise on her knees. She looking for me, but she here for the team. She thinks she's so special. You ain't even tryna be special. Me and my brothers are rolling some wolves. Strippers and dollars like Julio Smooth. Baby gon' turn up and show me some moves. I'm just warming up and finding my groove. Pour up some drink, I'ma pop me in that. Ain't got time, but I got me a patty. I'm stacking this guava, don't make my own rules. I got these jewels on my wrist and it's making a drool. We zooted and booted that shot of your cutie. I banged it and booted. I need me a double cup, brother, go run it up. That's how to sum it up. You trying to bang with us, you can't even hang with us. Listen, my fingers, we counting this paper. I bought a whole block up, don't even worry about the neighbors no more. I'm drunk in a Tesla, it's driving itself.
Alright, so you can see there that I am getting into the negative 8s. Now it might be a little bit too loud. A lot of times too, you can go over here and check your dynamics. It'll tell you it's dynamic, competitive, loud, and it'll kind of fluctuate in between. But kind of liking where that's sitting. It sounds pretty smooth to me. Let's kind of check back here on the end.
3 in the morning, I'm rocking my jerry, can't be too upset. Walk out the party, she's trying to party, smoke like Marley, yeah. Drop top Rari, double Lorry, so you know I'm blessed. Pop on the north side, I'm just flossing a check. Swallow like money, that Coco Chanel, I bought a little bag for the bean. Whipping that. You been fucking around. You want on a boat, better come with some steeds. She shaking her ass like a bruise on her knees. She looking for me, but she here for the team. She thinks she's so special. You ain't even tryna be special.
Alright, so I'm reducing about 4.5 dB on the limiter. I'll accept that. So that's about the extent of it, you know. But the way I look at it is, don't copy other people's settings and just kind of have a starting point. The way I look at mastering now is set certain things at default and then build off of that. Now there's certain things you can do a preset, like I like soothe to save my mids. I don't want it to overdo certain things, so I do kind of start there. But as far as my EQs, my clipper, my limiter, I have them all off and I just walk them in one by one and address it specifically for that song. Really pay attention, take your time. Certain frequencies that you don't like, cut them out. Certain ones you do like, add that sauce. And just remember, with mastering, do micro adjustments. Don't go too overboard. You should be doing most of that in your mix. If you're having to do too much, I suggest going back to the session, getting the mix where it needs to be, and then coming back to your master. But like I always say, this is Ty Ty, bringing you radio quality music from home. I'm here to help everybody as much as I possibly can. Any questions, comments, concerns, comments below, and let me know what you want to see in the future. I definitely got a lot of things I want to show, but if you got some advice, let me have it. I want it. But I'm going to catch you next week. Peace.